Hello students, welcome my friend channel. Here I am giving me answers for the multiple choice question practice sets given on my website. Here instead of mentioning direct answers for the questions, answers are made bold. So please mind the font difference to get the answers for the questions. SYBCOM Same 3. Business Economics 3 Set 5. Topic name 1. Is LM model. 2. Phillips curve unemployment stagflation K. Select the correct option. 1. Which of the following curve shows the goods market equilibrium? A. LM curve. B. Is curve. C. AD demand curve D. None of the above. 2. On which side the following curve there is excess supply in the goods market? A. Right side of is curve. B. Left side of is curve C. Right side of LM curve D. Left side of LM curve. 3. Which of the following is the slopes of his curve? A. Negative slope. B. Positive slope. C. Direct slope. D. None of the above. 4. Which of the following will shift the S curve to the left? A. Increase in government expenditure. B. Decrease in government expenditure. C. Increase in autonomous spending. D. None of the above. 5. Which of the following will cause the LM curve to shift to the right? A. Increase in money supply. B. Decrease in money supply. C. An increase in the rate of interest. D. Decrease in the government expenditure. 6. At the point where S curve and LM curve interest, which of the following markets are in equilibrium? A. Goods market and capital market. B. Money market and goods market. C. Money market and foreign exchange market. D. Capital market and foreign exchange market. 7. In which of the following case LM curve is horizontal? A. Classical case. B. Crowding out case. C. Liquidity trap. 8. Phillips curve brings out trade-off between A. Wages and employment. B. Inflation and unemployment. C. Inflation and value of money. 9. In the long run Phillips curve is A. Horizontal. B. Slopes upward from left to right. C. Vertical. 10. Stagflation results in A. Increase in price level. B. Increase in supply of goods and services. C. Increase in employment. 11. Stagflation brings down A. Prices. B. Employment. C. Both A and B. 12. Supply side economics aims at increasing income by A. Reducing taxes. B. Reducing prices. C. Increasing government's expenditure. 13. A tax cut according to Milton Friedman. A. Increases prices. B. Increases budgetary deficit. C. Increases budgetary surplus. 14. Laffer curve brings out the relationship between A. Price level and employment. B. Price level and investment. C. Tax revenue and marginal tax rate. SYBCOM. Same 3 Business Economics Set 6. Topics 1. Money supply. 2. Demand for money. K. Select the correct answer from given options set 6. 1. Traditional measure of money supply includes A. Demand deposit and time deposit. B. Currency and time deposit. C. Currency and demand deposit. D. None of the above. 2. The main authors of broad money are A. Marshall, J. M. Keynes, A. C. Pigou. B. Gurley, Shaw, Milton Friedman, Redcliffe Committee. C. Paul Krugman, Irving Fisher, Robertson. D. None of the above. 3. High-powered money includes A. Money with public and central bank. B. Currency with public cash reserves of banks and other deposits with central bank. C. Deposits with commercial banks, money with government, money with the public. D. None of the above. 4. The value of money multiplier is determined by A. Currency deposit ratio and time deposit. B. Currency deposit ratio in coins and notes. C. Currency deposit ration and reserve ration. D. None of the above. 5. The Redcliffe Committee suggested that money supply should include A. Liabilities of NBFIs. B. Time deposits. C. Funds lent by financial institutions. D. None of the above. 6. The broader measure of money supply adopted by the RBI is referred to as A. Aggregate monetary resources. B. Aggregate monetary measurements. C. Aggregate money supply. D. Aggregate monetary ratios. 7. The average number of times a unit of money is used for making payments for final goods and services is known as A. Transaction velocity. B. Monetary velocity. C. Income velocity. D. Growth velocity. 8. The money multiplier is measured as A. equals 1 plus R 1 plus K. B. Equals 1 plus R R plus K. C. Equals 1 plus K 1 plus R. D. Equals 1 plus K R plus K. 9. Which of the following determines money supply? A. High-powered money. B. Money multiplier. C. Community's choice. D. All of the above. 10. Which of the following is not true of excess reserves held by commercial banks? A. Banks statutorily hold them. B. They are determined by clearing drain and currency drain. C. They are voluntarily held by banks. D. They influence the money multiplier. 11. Transactions demand for money is explained by A. Neoclassical economists. B. Classical economists. C. Post-Keynesian economists. 12. Transaction motive is further subdivided into A. Speculative and precautionary. B. Profits and business. C. Income and business. 13. Demand for speculative motive is referred to as demand for A. Active cash balance. B. Idle cash balance. C. Both active and idle cash balance. 14. Demand for transaction and precautionary motive is interest. A. Elastic. B. Unit elastic. C. Inelastic. 15. According to Friedman, households demand money to have command over A. Property. B. Real goods and services. C. Future interest income. 16. Which of the following is not true of liquidity trap? A. It is a condition that takes place at a very low rate of interest. B. An increase in money supply would not affect the rate of interest. C. It represents perfectly elastic demand for liquidity. D. People prefer bonds instead of cash. 17. The inverse relationship between the rate of interest and bond prices is due to A. High opportunity cost of holding cash. B. Constant money supply. C. Inflation. D. All of the above. SYBCOM. Same 3. Business economics. Set 7 topics. 1. Money and prices. 2. Inflation. I. K. Select the correct option from the following. 1. The inverse of price level measures. A. Inflation. B. Value of money. C. Deflation. D. Multiplier. 2. Which of the following represents Fisher's equation? A. MV equals PT. B. M equals KPYC. V equals MPD. P equals MKT. 3. In Fisher's equation, which of the following is exogenously determined? A. P. B. T. C. V. D. M. 4. Blank. First developed the Cambridge version of the quantity theory of money. A. Adam Smith. B. J. S. Mill. C. Alfred Marshall. D. David Ricardo. 5. Cambridge, K, represents A. Velocity of circulations of money. B. Money supply. C. Average price. D. A proportion of real income held as cash balances. 6. Which of the following is not true of the Cambridge version of quantity theory of money? A. Consider store of value function of money. B. Considers only transaction motive for holding money. C. Considers K as a constant. D. Considers M to be exogenously determined. 7. Which of the following is not a direct cause of demand pull inflation? A. Deficit financing. B. Credit creation. C. Scarcity of raw material. D. Black money. 8. Investment is stimulated if A. Inflation occurs at less than full employment level. B. Inflation occurs at full employment level. C. Inflation occurs after full employment level. D. Inflation occurs due to supply side factors. 9. The GNP deflator is measured as A. Real GNP, nominal GNP. B. Nominal GNP, real GNP. C. WPI, CPI. D. CPI, WPI. 10. Inflation is beneficial to A. Fixed income group. B. Business people. C. Creditors. 11. In cost push inflation, the supply curve shifts to A. Left. B. Right. C. Horizontally upward. D. Downward. 12. Which of the following groups suffer during inflation? A. Fixed income earners. B. Creditors. C. Both. 13. During inflation. A. Value of money increases. B. Value of money remains constant. C. Value of money declines. Thank you for watching this video. Students, don't forget to subscribe this channel.